Even Steven Money, take one. Oh, right. There is only one. All right, guys, we are starting out today. Give 1 minute here to let everyone join, and we can dive right in. My face when you know we're going live. Hair check. Got it? Do one of these. All right, guys. Let's dive right in. Guys, my name is Steven, aka Even Steven Money, and we are here live on Money Talk Friday, where every week we have a new topic. I share my story, recommendation, action, and questions from you. Probably wondering who I am. Well, my story is my name is Steven, and after paying off over $100,000 in personal debt, plus our mortgage, my wife and I found our version of financial freedom. It led me to where I am today, launching my own money coach business where I help clients pay off debt faster, save more money than they ever have before, also they can live a better life today and retire comfortable tomorrow. That's what it's all about. I'm excited about today, like I am every day, but this one's a little extra. We have a question from a reader. It's currently posted on on Facebook at evenstevenmoney.com. I'm going to read that question out and go from there. So the real question is, let's help him out. So Matt is in his 30s, and his family recently received a flyer in the mail from a bank to refinance their mortgage. He did the smart thing and he gave the bank a call to see what the specifics were for his situation. So here's kind of the details of it. Matt has the opportunity to refinance his 30-year mortgage. So with the equity built up in the home over the past 5 years, they'd be able to do a cash out refinance and get $27,000. However, their rate would increase by 0.25%, so from 4.25 to 4.5%. This would also cause the monthly payments to increase by $100. This money would help them pay off all their debt. I'm sure it's probably something like a credit card, small loan, and as well, the big part of it is a car loan of $21,000, which has an estimated interest rate of 6 to 7% and 4 years remaining. This would free up in their budget $300 to $400 each month in payments. I thought, what a great question, and I wanted to ask what you would do in his situation. Great question. So Jacob Moore responds with, find a side hustle 2 weekends a month at Walmart that can make an extra $300 to $400. This would be no problem, and you could easily help pay off the car sooner. He doesn't think he would take the cash out payment now, when long term he's looking to adding much longer to it how he has to pay off his house, and that's going to delay his retirement. The way Jacob's thinking of it is 5 years of extra working. Aja asked a couple great questions, which one is, what are the closing costs? I estimated them at $2,000 based on the home value. And also, if you'd be disciplined enough to take that freed up cash and put it towards repaying the new loan more aggressively. Now, it's the right questions to ask, and there's definitely many factors in this to consider. So that's where Aja lied. And Kristen Licky says, I think there are a few variables that need to be considered. How old is the auto loan, which we know there's currently right around 4 years left. So that should give us a good idea. But how much of that payment is going towards principal versus interest? Also, the way she's thinking is if he refinances the mortgage, essentially be starting over, not only with payments, but with almost zero equity. So her vote is to not do it if you can't swing the payments. That is the reader question, and that's where we lie today. So I gave it some thought. I asked a bunch of questions to Matt, and here's how I would follow the steps to kind of get there. So one, we walk through the brick by brick. It's, your values, it's tracking your expenses, it's budgeting, and your emergency fund. So I'm assuming that he's at that point. And now we're moving on to paying off debt. So with paying off debt, my short answer is I would not refinance to get the cash out. I would not refinance in general. So there's a number of factors that are considered here, but that $300 to $400 a month that you're freeing up is really just delaying, kind of like how Jake said, delaying your retirement. So that $27,000, only a small interest rate change, and it's just not enough savings for it to really be worthwhile. So you are going to be paying more interest over a longer period of time, all for that quick cash out of $27,000. That's the direction I would go. I don't like refinancing, and here's a couple of examples that have used or have been available. I do have a decade of banking experience. So you can do a balance transfer in a credit card. That could get you to a 0% rate for a while. That refinance, if there's personal loan, you might be able to consolidate that and get a lower interest rate for a shorter period of time. But again, those are all things that would be a lower interest rate and lower payments and save more money. It really is it's the trifecta. It has to hit all those things in there. So I'm saying no thank you to the flyer that came in the mail. But I think he's doing the right thing. He's asking all of the right questions. He's thinking about it the right way. And despite not going in that direction, it's really important to think things clearly and to ask questions and to ask more questions and to really have a plan and a financial plan. Something that I do as a money coach with my clients is get them in that plan and get to where they are paying off debt and to where they are financially free. That is the reader question this week. My name is Steven, aka Even Steven Money. I'm here every week where I'm sharing my story, recommendations, action items, and questions which we just answered from you. This week's topic, the 3 most important tools to turn around your financial life. Big one, right? That is a big one. So with every Facebook Live, I go ahead and I will read the introduction. So this post was actually written by Club Thrifty's Greg Johnson. So if I refer to he or if I refer to him by name as Greg, that's where that's coming from. So Greg writes, "It's no secret that financial matters are a struggle for a lot of us. Just think of how many people you know that have money set aside for a $500 emergency fund. I should say they don't have that money set aside." He says, yikes. But hey, nobody's perfect with money. At some point, we all make dumb purchases, ignore our savings, or don't pay attention to where our money goes. Turning your finances around sounds impossible sometimes. But hey, we've all been there. If you're feeling like you're at the end of your rope and your money will never start working for you, it's time to change that money mindset. The truth of the matter is that anyone can turn their financial life around. There are 3 tried and true tools that will strengthen anyone's finances. What's great about this is all of these steps are part of the brick by brick guide to financial freedom. It's about having that plan and following it step by step. Now, Greg, there's three things that he's going to talk about. So there's a monthly budget, tracking your expenses, and creating an emergency fund. I put them in order of tracking your expenses, monthly budget, and then your emergency fund. We're going in how Greg wrote it, which makes sense because that's who wrote it. But so for your monthly budget, he says, learning how to budget is a skill that everyone should learn if they want to be successful with money. Man, that is just a big sentence. Swallow that one up. That one's huge. So what he talks about then is zero-based budgeting with the budget and learning. And this is the exact budget that I recommend to clients. This is the exact budget that I use, called zero-sum budget. They use the term zero-based budgeting. But it's a super simple equation to help you out. So you start with your income, then you reduce it by your expenses, and then take the remaining and put it towards savings. Those three items will get you to zero. It's an easy equation, right? For budgeting. You know, you find out how much you will make, you then subtract it by how much you will spend. And this is where also, tracking your expenses comes in. But you assign a job to every dollar that's coming in. Your income minus your expenses minus your savings should equal zero. And now the zero-sum budget, you start out really as a test. It's trial and error. So it's okay to adjust the numbers and, just simply try again. If you have a negative number when you do this, it means your budget you have too much money going out. So you'd want to adjust that. If you're budgeting, say, $1,000 for groceries and you're $500 over, you would then reduce that by $500 to get that number to zero. However, if it's a positive number, you would then take that extra money and you would put it towards savings. And it sounds pretty simple, but that's what you do with the numbers. The negative number versus the positive number. And it makes sense. With your budget, you have to figure out what is going on in your financial life. And a great way to do that is tracking your expenses. So I don't believe you can analyze a budget without a clear picture of where your money goes. When tracking your expenses, what I do and what I recommend is I use personal capital. Now you can certainly use that. You go to personalcapital.com. Go to actually Even Steven Money. There will be a link there to check it out. But yeah, so you link all of your accounts, and they end up tracking your expenses for you. And then you just make a couple small updates throughout the week or the month, and you can categorize your expenses. They put them in a nice, pretty graph, and everything looks great. There's other ways to do it, though. Tracking your expenses, you can print off your statements, take that highlighter out. You can use Excel. There's a number of budget apps out there. So like everydollar.com, there's YNAB, there is mint.com. It's just, there's so many things out there that are free or such small cost that they're so beneficial. But the real thing that you're getting out of it is, how does tracking your expenses help? So how does it help with these big financial turnaround? Well, what it allows you to do is find out what you're spending money on and then have an action plan for what's next. So if you're spending too much money on restaurants, you can then take a look at that and reduce your budget by that amount. So if you're spending, again, $1,000 on eating out, you can figure out how to track your expenses and lower it down to $700. But really, it's having that action plan for what's next. Oh, man. Let's see where we're at today. Turning your finances around. Guys, I haven't said it yet, but we are here live on Money Talk Friday, where every week we've got a new topic, a share my story, recommendation, action items, and questions from you. So what's great about this week is that you are here sharing things with me. So you like it, you love it, you comment, you share everything about what's going on with Facebook Live and with this week's topic, and it makes me smile. It makes me, give a double thumbs up. But it's a great thing that we're learning about growing your financial knowledge during Financial Literacy Month and everything that's part of that. So lastly is that we're going to talk about is the emergency fund. Again, it's one of the brick by brick that we've created for your financial freedom. What's really crazy is most Americans don't have enough money in savings to cover an emergency. So even one that's as little as $500. So they often resort to using credit cards, borrowing from family, which can be really risky. But the way to think about it is an emergency fund equals an insurance policy. So you have that emergency fund set up in a separate account, and that's earning a small amount of interest that, through your savings, and you leave that set aside to be able to, if anything happens. So if you have a flat tire, if you have an emergency fund you have an emergency that pops up in your life, you can take that money and pay those things. So it's not affecting your overall life and, your financial life. That's really what the emergency fund does. Man, Greg really hits it home. He hits that home run. So he's got monthly budgeting, tracking your expenses, and creating that emergency fund. Guys, this is a short one, but this was a great one. As a money coach at Even Steven Money, my goal is simple for you guys. It's to create that roadmap to your financial freedom. Every day I work with individuals, couples, and then we work on changing how they spend and how they think about money and to save more money. Having a plan, a clear, customized plan that puts you in a better financial position every step of the way. I get excited because we want you to pay off debt, save money, and live a better life today. Guys, thank you so much for joining. As I like to say, 99% of what I do is free. The 1% is what I'm adding here, which is checking out my Money Coach page at evenstevenmoney.com/moneycoach. That's going to tell you a little bit more about what I do on a daily basis and how I can help you create that plan for your financial life. Now, if you're pumped, you're excited, you're right now, you want to talk with me, what I'm able to do as well is I do everything through Zoom, which is what this is. And this link here is going to be a link to a discovery session, which allows you to talk directly with me on Zoom, so virtual, just like it is now. It's not live, but it's recorded just like it is now. So with that, you have the opportunity to speak to me and discover really if we are a good fit and if I can help solve your financial issue and create a plan for you. There's so much good stuff going on that, helping other people, and you're going to hear so much more about it and so much more about me moving forward. I'm really getting out there. I am marketing. I am talking with people. I am creating really that brand to build for Even Steven Money. And that's why I do this. I really enjoy these. They are great fun. But that's what we do. That's what I do. I'm here every Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, Money Talk Friday. We're going to have a new topic, sharing my story, or in this case, Greg's, recommendations, action items, and even questions from you. Big thank you to everyone who watched, viewed, listened, liked, shared. I think I hit all of them. Because guys, we are in this together. I am here to help you get better with your money, to grow your knowledge, and everything in between. I'm here for you all of the time, not only on Facebook, on evenstevenmoney.com, and a number of places. Now, there is one thing that as I wrap up, there's one thing that I need to check all of my comments, all the readers submit comments, everything on Facebook, Twitter, all these areas, because there is a book giveaway, which is amazing. And the book giveaway, so I've got a couple people that have entered to win. So I'm going to contact them individually because I kind of gave them a deadline, or I provided a deadline that I need to double check with everything. So I'm excited to do the book giveaway, and you'll find that in the comments as well on facebook.com/evenstevenmoney. Guys, it has been a blast. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate every moment of this, and I hope you do too. I will see you next week. What is it? Same time, same place, same Warren, same Charlie, same. You get it. Even Steven Money. Again, thank you guys, and have a great week and weekend.